At 92, Willie Nelson finally decided it was time to reveal the truth about his long silent thoughts on John Denver, the late singer-songwriter whose name is often spoken with reverence and nostalgia by generations of Americans who grew up listening to his music about home, mountains, and love. In an emotional sit-down conversation as part of a documentary series on lost legends, Nelson didn't just speak about Denver, he opened up, offering stories, emotions, and raw reflections that few could have expected. According to Willie, he and John were kindred spirits on opposite roads, both raised on humble values but driven by different energies. Willie was the rebel, the outlaw poet with fire in his soul and smoke in his lungs, while John was the boy next door with a guitar and a smile, trying to heal the world one song at a time. I didn't always understand John, Willie admitted. He was all about the environment, politics, saving the whales. I was just trying to pay my taxes and keep from going to jail. That honest contrast was only the beginning. The two had shared a stage only once during a 1978 Farm Aid planning meeting, and while the press snapped photos of them smiling side by side behind the scenes, Willie was skeptical. I thought he was just another industry pretty boy who'd disappear once disco kicked in, he confessed with a hint of a grin. But as time passed and John's activism grew louder, more courageous, and his songs more piercing, Willie found himself quietly watching and admiring. He put everything he had on the line, Nelson said. He didn't care what Nashville or Hollywood thought. He sang his truth. What truly changed Nelson's perspective was something very few knew. John once defended Willie during a behind-closed-doors boardroom battle over funding for Farm Aid, insisting that Nelson's voice was the moral compass of country music and threatening to walk if they tried to sideline him. He fought for me when I didn't even know it, Willie said, his voice thick with emotion. That act of loyalty began a silent friendship one conducted through letters, occasional phone calls, and once a shared bottle of whiskey after a late-night benefit concert. He was softer than me, no doubt, but that man had steel in him. Nelson's most touching revelation was the last letter John sent him in 1996, a year before his tragic plane crash. In it, Denver wrote about feeling disillusioned with the industry, but still hopeful. He said, "Willie, even when the road looks empty, keep singing. You don't know who's listening." Willie paused as he read the words aloud. "That's what keeps me going now." At 92, having outlived so many peers, Nelson said he feels a responsibility to speak truthfully, not just about music, but about the people who shaped it. John Denver mattered. He sang about things we're still fighting for: clean air, clean water, dignity, peace. Nelson then performed a moving medley of John's hits on his battered trigger guitar, giving each note a grizzled reverence that only a lifetime of pain and love could produce. He ended with a quiet, almost whispered rendition of "Sunshine on My Shoulders," as if offering it directly to John somewhere beyond the clouds. As the interview wrapped, Willie said something that will likely stay with fans forever. "You don't always need to ride the same road to walk the same path. John and we got there. Just took our time. I see him now in the trees, in the wind, and sometimes in the silence after the music fades." That silence spoke volumes.
Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon.